Everything changed but the motivation. City to city, the same song on the station. Controlling the interest. Look how these kids dress. You cashing them big checks. I'm not, but I've been blessed. No more of them chin checks. They pulling fast. Ain't no more of them chin checks. They pulling.
Whoa. Yeah. Y'all know what it is, man. Man, love Ilpo, man. Love Ilpo. Love that record. I done changed the theme song on the other podcasts a couple of times. I ain't touched that one yet. So I don't think I'm going to. Welcome to the party, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, man. All purpose. We back in the building, of course. I am Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane Ridiculous Slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka Pie Strickland, if you getting the point. You know what it is. And normally it's three of us, but I don't know where Evan Almighty is. He's somewhere probably doing almighty things. But we got Phantom in the building. What's going on, brother?
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special one because we both had a random thought and we said we were going to put content out. So I am Phantom the Cook, your favorite mama's favorite cook. Don't get it twisted. I still can get burned and I can get down.
No doubt.
But
No doubt.
As you can tell, we're going to do more of these because it might be me and Seb, it might be me and Ev, it might be all three of us. But we're going to put more content out for y'all because it's time.
Hell yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, shit, man, I already told you I gotta. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this ain't gonna be like a regular length podcast. We're gonna cop through a couple things, but we got a conversation that we want to have, and we figure we might as well have it recorded. In case y'all didn't know, right now while we're recording this, the Washington-Philadelphia game is going on. Washington is currently up 3-0. Go Commanders, please. And that's not Eagles hate. I'm sick of them. Like I would love this. Never mind, I ain't gonna get into it. I did say something a little bit ago that I think is kind of weird. So Puka Nacua is an all-world wide receiver for the Rams, obviously. He made some comments about the officiating, and saying that the officiating is the worst, basically. At first, nothing happened, but then they fined him $25,000. For his comments about the officiating. Now, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, he said some of the rules aren't, and then he didn't finish the thought. He said these guys want to be, these guys are lawyers. They want to be on TV too. You don't think he's texting his friends in the group chat like, yo, you guys just saw me on Sunday Night Football? That wasn't pass interference, but I called it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think it's dumb to fine a player for complaining about officiating. I mean, we all know that there's been a history of officiating in almost every sport where there's an official who takes liberties with the fucking rules or wants to be famous themselves. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think the $25,000 fine is fair, and I hope that he appeals it, or maybe he got enough money, he just going to pay it to be done with it. But, I mean, what do you think about that? How you feel about that?
They've already put a statement out saying they're going to address officiating in the offseason.
Okay.
They're going to address that. So the NFL, Roger Goodell, have put that statement out saying they're going to address it. There's that battle of officiate. Officials should be full-time employees. I really, truly believe that one because if you're a full-time employee, then that's your job, and you should do it accordingly. Now, do I think former players should possibly be officials? I'm not opposed to that.
I think I like that idea. Yeah.
The only problem is, well, not a problem, but I just think honestly, we've all played football enough, and it's like if it's a flag in the first quarter, it should be a flag in the fourth quarter.
Facts.
It should just be that. If that's the way it's gonna go, fine. Just let it be. If it's a flag in the first quarter, it should be a flag in the fourth quarter, and we just let it go what it is. But do I think former players should be allowed to possibly do it and be full-time employees? Yeah, the referees should be full-time employees.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to be a lawyer or whatever hell you are on your side job. Like NFL, you make billions of dollars. So if it's the off season, then okay, we'll figure that part out.
Right.
But there's jobs in America there where there's an off season, or I'm sorry, if you worked at the college or something like that, where it's kids out of school, you work for Airmark or something like that. There's
Mm-hmm.
compensation can be made either way, so there's a way to figure it out.
Absolutely. Now I mean that's gonna be I think that's forever going to be a thing in sports. It's just a matter of, in my personal opinion, I think it's just a matter of people. Uh, you don't want the referees determining the outcome of the game. Like, let how we're playing determine the outcome of the game. If somebody commits a violation, then by all means call it. But you calling that shouldn't have you shouldn't be making calls in crucial moments that are questionable, for your own benefit. Like, that's kind of crazy. You're literally messing with other grown men's money by doing this. You know what I'm saying? There are certain incentives and things of that nature that some of these players have baked into their contracts that could be negatively impacted by you choosing to not take the role and be on some BS. So, I mean, I hope they find a viable way to address it. I think you had a really good idea about how to deal with it. Uh, yeah, I think that would be perfect to have them as full-time employees, so that way you don't have the questions about there's a firm understanding of what each violation should look like or what it doesn't look like, and those things remain, consistent. There's a lot more consistency when you have regular refs as opposed to bringing people in off the streets.
And they also do like training. They do training classes for rules. They do training classes for every team, anyways. For every new
Yes,
rule, they do that beginning of every season. So if you're putting
yeah,
all this in place, it should be a uniform thing, And sometimes, the game is hard nosed game, but you don't want the refs to terminate the outcome of the game. It's like, okay, they were both hand fighting. I'm not gonna call that. But
yeah, nah,
a firm understanding of the rules of pass interference and was it uncatchable versus catchable, stuff like that. Like, okay, the holding can be called every play because that's just the nature of the game. You call holding every damn play. You really can.
yeah. We got to get
So
a firmer understanding of some of this questionable refereeing that they talking about. I got something I want to show y'all that just took place the other night that people got questions about. I personally had my own questions about it, but check it out.
Quick throw here and into a lot
My
of
bad.
traffic and
Um,
incomplete.
yeah.
Man, there's a whole
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Did you did you see that play in real time when it happened? And what was your take on that? Because I was like, that ain't good. Like, they whistled that down.
no, I didn't see it in real time. I had to see it afterwards. Life was work, so I couldn't see that at that time. But it was the proper call, give or take, because it was a forward pass. Which part? You talking about the forward pass, the sideline pass? I mean, the pitch off pass, or I call it the pitch off pass. What now?
Right.
Yeah,
But I
I
mean,
mean,
it was whistled down though. I heard the whistle. I heard it when the game was going. I was like, they just blew the whistle. Homeboy picked the ball up. He even picked the ball up because he heard the whistle. He just picked the ball up and stood there.
it was in. I didn't see it in real time, to be fair, but after seeing it, I was like, well, referees have blown whistles prematurely before.
True. Very true.
And the thing about it that kind of caught me off guard was the judgment from New York, because it had to come from New York,
Right.
from the replay booth, from what I understand it of. I'm like, we've had worse. We've had worse shit happen.
Please believe it. Yeah. Way worse.
So I kind of let it go. I had a theory about it, but I was like, I'm gonna let that one slide. I guess I don't want to let it slide, but I'm like, I will let it slide.
Oh man. See,
Excuse my doubt.
the thing for
Excuse
me
my doubt.
was the whole thing I was thinking the whole time was this is a situation, this is the perfect situation to talk about how potentially the entirety of the landscape of the playoffs and whatever else could be shaped by a call. You know what I'm saying? Some of these NFL teams are teetering so close to the edge. One loss could change everything for them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, man. When and just judging by that game, first of all, to be completely fair, it should have never came down to that 2-point conversion. It should have never came down to that. The Rams had a significant advantage across most of the. I mean, Matthew Stafford almost passed for 500 yards. That was crazy. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Sam Darnold didn't play bad though. I mean, he had 270, 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. Got sacked 4 times. Kenneth Walker finally had a really solid game. 11 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown. JSN, of course, did his thing. 8 balls for 96 yards. But Puka, who we were just talking about, I mean, 12 catches, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, you can't buy that kind of production. I mean, I guess technically you could, but yeah. So the Seahawks end up winning 38-37. The playoff picture in the NFL totally is kind of looking weird. I'll be interested in seeing how this shakes out because the only team in the AFC that is clinched is the Broncos. That's the only team in the AFC that is absolutely positively clinched their playoff spot. In the NFC, the Rams and the Seahawks, despite what happened the other night, have both clinched their playoff spots. So, I mean, when you think about it, the Bears are playing today. The Eagles are playing today. Both of them are, quote unquote, on the bubble. The Bucks on the bubble. 49ers on the bubble. Packers on the bubble. At this juncture, the Lions are on the outside looking in. They have to win, and some other things have to happen for them to get in. Same goes for the Panthers, and strangely, the Cowboys find themselves in the same place. So I know we got a few weeks left to go, but just judging from what you've seen so far, if you had to pick one of these 3, Lions, Panthers, Cowboys, and this is, I'm not asking you this as a Panthers fan, just analyzing the landscape of what things look like. The Panthers have a better chance of making the playoffs than the Cowboys right now. The Cowboys have a 1% chance. The Panthers have a 4% chance. The Lions have a 13% chance. If you had to put money on it, which one of those 3 has a better shot of getting in?
As a Panthers fan, I remove myself from that conversation because they're inconsistent.
I feel that.
Very much inconsistent. So therefore, I'm like, they're up, they're down. Like they lost to the Saints, and then they might get up for the Bucks. NFC. Okay, let me explain it this way. The NFC is the most interesting conference. Everything is interesting this year because nobody's dominant. We know we don't have to see the Chiefs. You know, I mean, Green Bay. People say, "Well, Michael Parsons going down. Can they make the playoffs?" Yeah. Can they make a Super Bowl run? Yeah. But the question would be this: can Jordan Love become what his talent dictates? You see, like, does he become what his talent really dictates? There's that part of it. Okay, so then you go Stafford. Matthew Stafford is actually sitting in the catbird seat per se because it's like you've already been there. You've been there. You know what it takes. Can you do it again? So then we go to Sam. Can we go to? I'm gonna go to Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold is my little bit of a wild card in this.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold on Thursday night, after all things considering, Sam Darnold, I'm like, boy, my brother, you fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
but damn it, you corrected your fuck up, and was like, okay, because everybody don't realize Sam Darnold was only 19, 20 when he walked in the league.
Yep.
He was only that age when he walked in the league, but I'm
He
like, now
graduated
he's
high
been
school
through enough.
early. Yeah, all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's walking through it. I'm like, Sam Darnold, can you pull this one out?
Yeah.
All the everything that's going on in the league right now this year is different because Josh Allen, you ain't got a better chance to do it right now.
Nope. Nope. Question though, with that being the case, realistically speaking, this is probably Josh Allen's best shot. This is probably, I'd say Josh Allen's best shot. The Ravens still got a shot to get in. So, and not only do they got a shot to get in, but I think the last game I watched them play probably was the most comfortable Lamar Jackson has looked all year. I was thinking it early on, but I didn't want to say it. I was like, something looks off. He doesn't look comfortable. He looks like he's second guessing what's happening. If you think about it, even when they went on long stretches of not winning football games, you know what I'm saying? And we went on long stretches of not winning football games. Part of it, Lamar wasn't there, but even when he was there, the offense just didn't look right. And I know we talked about it on here a couple of times. Like something looks off. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry looks like he might be hurt and they're not trying to say anything. They still need a number one wide receiver. It's a lot going wrong over there. But you don't have to, like, if you're thinking about it, you don't have to face the Bengals. So you have no Joe Burrow in front of you that you have to shoot it out with. You don't have to shoot it out with Patrick Mahomes. There's a very good chance you ain't gonna have to shoot it out with Lamar Jackson. So that means you're left facing Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, possibly CJ Stroud, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, and Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yep. So what went? So in this instance, in this instance of this season, this is one of them ones where it's like, it's how do we put it? Who comes on?
Mm-hmm.
Like who's hot? Who turns on? Who's hot? Is this one of them seasons where it becomes sometimes we have like forgettable Super Bowl champions ish?
Yes.
Like the Larry Allen Pittsburgh Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Or something, you know what I mean? One of them random ones where it's like it gets to that level of
who won that game again?
who won that Super Bowl again? So it's possible in that way, but if you look at the landscape of it, here's the key. All young guns. Matthew Stafford is the oldest quarterback in this whole equation.
Yeah.
Everybody else is literally.
I think he might be the only quarterback over 30. Unless Jared Goff makes it. But he's the only quarterback over 30. Sam Darnold.
But Jared Goff's still younger than that, so Stafford is the old dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, Jared Goff is way young. I'm just saying as far because he's 31, so he's the second oldest. But that like Matt Stafford is what 40?
38, 30. He's 40.
37. He's 37. He's 37. He'll be 38 in February. But still, like you're still 6 years older than the next quarterback closest to you in age. So I mean that's a big difference.
Yeah. So this is one of them weird years. It's that kind of year.
I'll be interested in seeing how it plays out because I think there's going to be a strange Super Bowl this year. I think it's going to be a Super Bowl we never expected to see. There's going to be two quarterbacks that we didn't expect to see there. I mean, mind you, if the Patriots were to make it, I wouldn't be surprised because all year I've been saying, man, Drake May is playing out of this world. But when they played Buffalo the last time they played them, he looked very pedestrian. Buffalo's defense was able to make him look very pedestrian. And don't forget, one of New England's losses this season was to us. So there have been times when New England laid an egg. With that being the case, Bo Nix would be the youngest quarterback, I think, and they've won like 12 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? So the AFC picture is going to be interesting. I'm actually a little more intrigued by the NFC only because I think there are some people who we thought were going to be there who aren't going to make it. I was hoping against hope, and I know it's going to sound crazy when I say this because of the way we talk about them, but I was hoping against hope that Dallas was going to be able to get that offense into the playoffs. Because then I wanted to see what it looked like then. You know what I'm saying? But now, out of the 3 teams on the bubble, they have the least chance to get in. They would need Philly to lose. It's a couple of things they need to happen that probably aren't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys are going to be. I think the Cowboys are going to be on the outside looking in at the end of this. But I will say my greatest concern in the NFC is the Chicago Bears. Because I think that defense is good enough to win. I think that running game is good enough to win. There's just a question. There's the question mark behind center that everybody's going to continue to ask until he proves them wrong. And I don't blame him for that. This is only his second season. It takes some development. You want your second head coach, second offensive system already, and you just got here. Bo Nix has had the consistency of having the same coach both years, running the same offense. They just added a couple more pieces. So I think the NFC is going to be interesting only because I don't believe Philly comes out of the NFC this year. So now it's a question of who does.
We're doing Philly, but this is the thing about Philly, and this is the part about it that I also come with it with is Philly, like I said, Philly has like that promise of can they repeat, because it's just a matter of just getting there. Because Jalen, out of everybody that's in this playoff hunt, he's the only quarterback other than Matt Stafford who has I know what it feels like to win.
Who's been there and done it. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So can I get there, and can we get there, and can we find that formula to win? It might look a little different.
Yeah. I think they've had an identity crisis all year. That's the only thing.
Yeah, the identity crisis is one thing, but it's also can we get there? But then the other point is when somebody gets hot in the NFC and they just happen to got doggone not steamroll, but just
one of
like
them Giants rolls.
Yeah, one of them Eli Manning rolls. Like shit, fuck it, we gonna just beat y'all ass, and then this is what it is.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how that play out. The playoffs is going to be interesting this year. And like I can't say with enough exuberance, and this is going to sound really bad when I say it, but I can't say with enough exuberance how happy I am that neither Patrick Mahomes nor Joe Burrow will be in the playoffs. I can't tell you how happy I am about that. Simply because, like we was talking about before, I feel like some people feel like they're playing in the Jordan era, and unless Pat don't make the playoffs, they ain't got a shot. You know what I'm saying? The only way to keep him from getting there is to just not let them make the playoffs. And you might be right. So y'all did the right thing this year. But everybody put the Kansas City Chiefs have a target on them. No matter who they're playing, no matter when it is, no matter what week, whether it be week 1, week 12, week 16, there's a target, and everybody's going to give you their A game because of who you are. So they just weren't able to absorb that and swing back like they have been able to in the past. So, shit happens, man. But check it. I got a question I gotta ask you. I really wish Ev was here, but yeah. This is a question I saw on Facebook the other day, and I was like, I gotta bring this to the pod. So, if you were making a shutdown duo at corner, who are you choosing to be your 2 corners? Now, mind you, Deion Sanders is on here, so That's kind of a cheat code. But you got Rod Woodson, Daryl Green, Darrell Revis, Deion Sanders, Mel Blount, Champ Bailey. Who we got at the bottom? I gotta move this banner. I keep forgetting that sometimes. I can't see shit when that thing is going. Go away. Rondé Barber, Charles Woodson, and Mr. Bobby Lane. So, if I'm trying to make the perfect shutdown corner duo, who you taking? I already know what one of the answers is, but who you taking?
Well, we know Namdi on this list. We know Namdi on this list.
You say who ain't Namdi? No, he's not on this list. He was an imaginary shutdown corner. He was an imaginary shutdown corner. It wasn't real.
Mine is actually, I'm only waffling between three. Now, I would like to give Rod Woodson his love, but Rod Woodson as a safety, that was a motherfucker. But people forget Rod Woodson was fast as fuck and could cover. So I want to give Rod Woodson his love. You muted, brother.
Yeah, no, I was trying to hit the button. That shit was not working with me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna give
Charles is a good pick. Rod, I mean, if we talking safeties, I probably would take Rod as safety over corner. He was a good corner. Don't get me wrong. He was a great corner. But I think he elevated his game by being able to play safety and have the whole game in front of him and just do what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Charles Woodson did the same thing, but I give my Michigan guys love because I do that. But if you're telling me two, I waffle between Prime, Champ, and Revis. And I take Revis over Champ for a reason. And I'm glad you asked that question. Revis, and what year was this? 06 or 07? Revis lockdown, Megatron, Steve Smith, Chad Johnson. He did some shit that I'm like, and even Chad and was like, what Revis did that year? Nah. So I go Prime and Revis. But the year, only reason why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it is because his peers was like, I don't think that shit Revis did will ever be repeated. He called everybody.
Everybody. Because
everybody
talking about that. They was talking about that.
Yeah.
When we came on the podcast, and he was like, Ocho was like, bro, I got to give it to you. Even as brash as he is, you know what I'm saying? You got to give credit where it's due. Like you can only be that brash if you also equally respectful. In my personal opinion, you can't talk that type of shit unless you're willing to give a nigga their flowers that did their thing.
Champ is my third. Champ's my third, but only reason why Champ is my third, and I love Champ.
Yes, me too.
It's only because it was just when Revis did what he did, and it was like literally like fucking Revis, like it's Revis Island.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they was like, we don't send him help. We don't need it. We don't send him help. We don't need it. I'll say this. Because when I saw it online, I was reading through the answers and I was like, okay, I gotta pick wisely here. I started weighing everybody. I was like, I never got a chance to see Night Train Lane play. I've seen footage, but I never got a chance to see like a whole season and examine him playing. So that takes him off the board for me completely. I probably would replace him with if it was somebody that I'm more consciously aware of. Shit, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But so that leaves me with 7 people. Well, 8 people. So out of the 8, I eliminated Barber fairly quickly. Not that he's not talented, just that I think that I saw enough
Monty
lapses.
Kiffin. It's that Monty Kiffin Tampa 2.
Right, exactly. So I don't know how much of that was a product of the defense they were running and everything else that was happening with that defense, or if he's really that. You know what I'm saying? And that he has shown instances of being a really good corner. So don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that away from him at all. But that takes him out of play for me. Mel Blount, I think his excellence was a shorter period of him being that. You know what I'm saying?
He changed the rules because you couldn't mug the receivers no more because Mel Blount changed the rules.
Right.
That's
and so that to me eliminates him from the conversation. You were playing in a different mode of football than the rest of these guys. The rest of these guys were pretty much playing under the same rule system. So now that leaves me with Deion, who is arguably the greatest corner ever. Arguably. There's some people who argue against it, and I hear them out every single time because I'm like, you know what? I feel you. Because I'm gonna tell you the thing for me with Deion. It's tackling. Period. It's tackling. That's the only knock I really got against him is tackling. Champ Bailey was a great tackler, actually. Great cover guy. Woodson. Long story less long. Give me Prime and Charles Woodson. There's a reason for it. That's no knock against Darrelle Revis at all. I think Darrelle Revis is one of the most incredible corners I've ever seen in my lifetime. There's something about what Charles Woodson provides in regards to run support that Darrelle Revis doesn't. Charles Woodson likes to hit people. Even as a corner, he likes to hit people. Rod Woodson,
but you're also doing it in this fashion. The three people you name, Rod, corner to safety. Charles, corner to safety.
Corner to safety.
So they were so much versatile. Like Rod Woodson, speedster, could run 4.2, legitimately run 4.2.
Yeah.
And could play both of them. Charles Woodson could do both of them, but also, you forget he was before Travis Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. It was him first.
Yeah.
It was him first. Yeah. It took 30 years or 25, whatever years it took. It took that many years to get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his Green Bay years, what people don't understand, his Green Bay years is like, he literally left the Raiders, transitioned to a safety, when he got a ring, and was that.
Pro Bowl, All Pro. I think he was second team All Pro, made the Pro Bowl, won the ring, but at a different position. At a totally different position. I mean, mind you, not totally different because of defensive back. Defensive backs will tell you defensive back is defensive back. But however, there are different responsibilities for corners and safeties. Different things that you're looking for, different things that you're capable of pulling off. A corner can't do some of the shit a safety can do simply because you have a responsibility to this person or that person. You know what I'm saying? Or this zone. That safety, he like, hey, oh, no. Just go ahead and do what y'all doing. I got you. I got this back here. Just play. I got it.
and his INTs as a safety were up there at that time.
Yes.
It was just Charles Woodson, Palomalu, and Ed Reed, I believe, at the time how this was going.
Palomalu. Oh my goodness, we got to talk about him one day. Got to talk about him. As a matter of fact, it's a couple players. I'm gonna put the names in the chat. And there's a couple players I want to have a deep dive on. And we probably could do it once the playoffs start because it'll be less games to talk about and all that shit. But there's some players I want to examine a little more closely. You know what I'm saying? Some of them currently playing, maybe coming towards the end of their career. Some of them still fairly early in their career. Some of them retired already. But there's certain players that I feel like maybe what we may have thought of them early on might have been wrong, or maybe they changed the narrative.
We didn't appreciate it how it comes because we got older. Because you literally had a conversation about Ed Reed versus Palomalu. Palomalu box safety, but ball hawk. But Ed Reed was instinctual ball hawk, playoff coverage, will do things. You'd be like, no, Ed, don't do it. But like, oh no, I saw it.
The person, the kind of defensive back that what's his name? Diggs from the Cowboys. He wants to be Ed Reedish, but you don't have the instincts. You just gamble. You don't have
Yeah,
the
he
instincts.
clues he's not he hasn't evolved his game.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But you also have that plus if you want to take it back a few years, is like think about what Atwater was.
Jesus.
Atwater just Atwater was Atwater is a Cam Newton as a safety before Cam Newton ever was ever born. He just didn't have the ball skills, but if you put Atwater in a box, have fun.
Oh, he got a good number of picks too. He had it. He has he's not an Ed Reed, Bob Sanders kind of guy who's just gonna go find the ball. Like his main priority was, I'm getting ready to help stop the run, and if this receiver catch this thing come across the middle, I'm gonna change his mind about ever wanting to do that again. And I was like, yo, you gotta appreciate that. You have to appreciate that. Steve Atwater, man, I just took him. He should have been a Raider from the beginning, like that from the very. He should have just came to the Raiders, period, like that.
But you got Atwater and you got Ronnie Lott, and people don't appreciate Ronnie Lott in that fashion, but that's the evolution of a safety.
So where do you put Earl Thomas and well,
Cam
I guess you can
Chancellor?
put Cam is a little more Steve Atwater than anybody else. That's definitely more his bag. But Earl Thomas, and it was somebody else I was just thinking about, because I was like, man, both of them good number of picks, played good, good ball hawks. They also supported the run. I think Earl Thomas is underappreciated simply because he was part of that thing. But man, that that dude could play.
I don't know who you're talking about. I know Earl Thomas is one, but I don't know the other one you can't remember.
I can't remember now. Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Fuck.
What did they play at?
Let's roll with Earl Thomas and Cam for the moment. I'm about to find it right now. I guarantee you. I got
you. Earl, see with me, you have to be you everywhere you go. But the shelf life of everybody who played is the thing that I come to. That's how I kind of come at it in that way. I'm like, shelf life is like, all right, you had to be you everywhere. But because the Legion of Boom was the Legion of Boom, I still appreciate it. Respect it. I still appreciate it. Cam Chancellor might be the most solid, strong safety in the history of football, because I'm like, you don't see him. He don't talk. But he was what he was, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Who the fuck talks about Cam Chancellor?
Exactly. I never really hear his name. Yeah.
Who the fuck talks about Cam Chancellor? But people who saw him play it, I'm like, do you not know what he was?
Exactly. Oh, you know who else reminded me of Cam? Not as big as Cam, but he played very similar. But I think because he wasn't as big as Cam, the injuries took a toll on him much quicker. Kenny Vaccaro used to play for the Saints. He was straight downhill, bro. Straight downhill.
Vaccaro was straight downhill in my division. Kenny Vaccaro was straight downhill in my division. He couldn't cover worse shit all the way. But Kenny Vaccaro would be in that box. Kenny Vaccaro be in that box like a motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker here. He don't want to do shit but hit. But that goes to Kenny Vaccaro, and you bought Kenny Vaccaro in, and I'm thinking of somebody else whose name escapes me. I'm like, that motherfucker. They don't want to do nothing but hit. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, true indeed. Now I know. I think Malcolm Jenkins is highly underappreciated as a safety. He was really good. I think Antrell Roll don't get talked about enough as a safety. He was really good.
Antrell, yeah, he was. He was a hybrid.
Right.
Antrell Roll actually was a hybrid. He just wasn't as talented as the upper echelon. But could he roll? Sure, of course.
Now I thought Eric Reed was also underappreciated.
San Francisco Eric Reed?
Yeah. I think he was
Eric Reed. Eric
Didn't
Reed.
he end up coming to y'all?
Yeah, he went to Carolina. He
Okay.
came to Carolina. Yeah, he did. Eric Reed was just weird because he had a certain skill set. It's
Right.
like, okay, this is why I say what I've always said to you. When I talk about not Frankie Luvu or Jeremy Chin right now. Jeremy
Mm.
Chin, who's in Washington. Jeremy Chin is that thing right now. It's just he's young. But Jeremy Chin, you just gotta find a spot for him.
I got it.
Because Jeremy
Eric
Chin is
Weddle.
ultra fucking tough. Eric Weddle.
Oh yeah, Eric Weddle. That was the name I was looking for. Eric Weddle.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I remember Eric Weddle.
Yes, indeed. Nah, but Chin played for us, don't he? I know he did.
I thought he was in Washington. I mean,
I
Louisville
think
was
he
in
is now. Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Chin might be for y'all, but Jeremy Chin, like, I think injuries plays a part in it, but I also think Jeremy Chin was like, I will talk about Jeremy like, yo, this dude is like, you could see it.
Oh yeah.
It was just like, I don't know what happened. I can't explain it, but bruh got
I
ultra
think
talent.
scheme changes might have caught up with the scheme changes might have changed things for him. But I think
Well,
he actually performing pretty well for us.
Ejiro Evero, they do like a 3-4. I mean, he was a 4-3. He was a 4-3 safety. Ejiro Evero does 3-4. So the responsibilities kind of changed or whatever.
No doubt.
But yeah, if talent
Hey.
wise, I'm like, shit, no. I never wanted him to leave.
Oh shit, I feel it. Hell yeah. Man, this y'all just so y'all know, this safety talk wasn't even part of the plan. But I'm glad we got there. Most definitely. Salute to all the safeties. By the time at the end of this season, after I don't really give a fuck about who get picked for the Pro Bowl or none of that shit. We know what we see. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times to me, the eye test me more than the numbers. Because like one time I was watching and it was a couple of times I seen corners played and I was like, yo, he's really, really good. He just can't catch. That's why he doesn't have a lot of picks. He can't catch the ball. Like, but he's there. Like if you look at past deflections, he got hella. Broken up passes, he got hella. Just ain't got a lot of picks because he can't catch. But I think at a point, I want to start looking at especially some of these veteran players, and because there's some of them I think are getting big contracts off the strength of their name, and they've been able to hide inside a scheme or something. I be seeing shit, and I don't be wanting to say it because I'm like maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like that scheme is protecting you because you're not that, and they know it, but they already paid you, so then they got to find a way to make it work. But we'll see. Last question I got before we break, and then we're gonna get into this other shit. But me and somebody was talking earlier today about Cleveland, and he said, "Well, do you think at this juncture they're convinced that Shedeur should be their starter next year?" I said, "I think Shedeur should be their starter. I'm not sure Stefanski should be their coach." Now, with that said, he said, "But what about Deshaun Watson?" And I was like, "What about
Doesn't
him?
matter.
They're gonna have to pay him regardless." So I mean,
It doesn't matter at this point in time because NFL stands for not for long. So
that part. I think
doesn't
Deshaun
matter.
Watson could be a very high paid backup next year. Is he better than Dylan Gabriel? Sure. But that ain't saying
I
much.
think Deshaun Watson's out the league, my guy.
Think it's over?
I don't want to say it that way, but I'm like, at this point in time, whose job is he taking?
I can't think of nobody. I'm thinking like the only place
I'm
he
sorry.
maybe win a job is New Orleans.
Oh, Bryce Young. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bryce Young's job, Tyler Shook's job, bruh. I haven't seen Deshaun Watson beat Deshaun Watson in a very long time. And the NFL always
actually played in Houston.
keeps moving. It's not a knock against the man at all. Like the man is the man. I've seen the man be great, respected,
Yeah.
no doubt. But
What
if you're
have you
telling
done for me
me
lately?
update your resume, I'm like,
What have you done for me lately? Ooh wee. Play bad and be hurt.
so the conversation is just, bruh, if he evolves, if Deshaun Watson evolves, and you know what, the athleticism ain't there no more, but he's reading it and he's playing the position properly. And sure, I ain't got no issues with it. But you have to show it to you. You're gonna have to show it first.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I
That's
don't
the
know who's
only
gonna
thing
believe
that
it at this
happened.
point. Well, you know what I was thinking? What I was thinking was I think it's only 1 year left on that contract. And I think
It's
it was
2.
4 years, right? Or was it 4 or 5? I thought
Uh,
it was 2.
I think it's 1 year. Well, I think it's 2. I'm not sure, but 1 to 2 is what we're going with.
Okay.
But
But I'm thinking Cleveland's on the hook for the money. I was like,
yeah,
if they don't do anything proper in the draft, why would Pittsburgh already proven they're willing to roll the dice on that? Oh, we'll let you come for a year. We ain't got to pay you. Come on. Come on. We ain't got
that's
to
a
pay you.
whole nother
Let's do it.
conversation with the Pittsburgh.
You
That's
know
a
what I'm
whole nother
saying?
conversation. But okay, but that's
Yeah.
a
I
Mike
mean,
Tomlin conversation, and there's a whole lot of other things that are going on there.
well, the question becomes then is Mike Tomlin going to be there next year?
I don't think he should be, but okay.
I don't think so either. I don't think he should be. I think it's time for him to. I would love to see him move on somewhere else and just start fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get an opportunity to prove that it ain't Pittsburgh, it's you. You know what I'm saying? I think that might be good for him. But anyway, yeah,
but
you know what I'm
James
saying. We had to play
Harrison,
the real quick,
James
man.
Harrison made his feelings known. So I'm like, if Debo say what he says, it's like, all right.
Yeah, it's time, bro. Shit, y'all know what it is. All purpose. You know how we get down. Right now, we about to shift the energy before we get into this other conversation we've been wanting to have, man. And by energy, you know I'm repping WGG. W.GG. Go place that order now. Use code Panther Politics, all one word, for 10% off your order. Dope flavors. Yo, listen, I don't know what energy drinks you drinking now, well, the things you using for your energy, but trust me when I tell you, if you ever experience jitters, you crash coming down off of it, any of those things,
W, I need a cup.
say less. W, we need cups and hats and stuff like that.
These niggas got some nerve. How they G's taking notes from a bum swerve. They exodus confirmed. Projectiles from guns earned. Frequent flyer miles. X-Files watching none burn. Incinerate who close and they ghost when the sun turn. High watching the city marinate. A Dutch or two. Skyline view make my post procrastinate. Won't even, I even think he eating. I'ma snatch his plate. Star, better work the raw. Hell, I have to wait. Tour routed. Promo run alone, body half the state. Eat them seeds, then relish the aftertaste. Say my name, open flames await whoever gas this fate. What I'm coming.
Woo! All right. W.GG. Place those orders. Use code Panther Politics for 10% off your order. 10% off your order. Yeah. So, Phantom, you asked an interesting question, and just because of time constraints, I'm not going to be able to do both. But I want to start with the one that you asked. We ain't talk a lot of basketball. We ain't talk basketball today. We're going to get into that Monday. So come rock with us. You know what I'm saying? Come rock with us Monday night on Monday Night Live. But you asked about the greatest NBA Finals run by a single player. And I was like, well, that's a pretty wide berth. So then we crunched it down a little bit. And I said, well, since the 90s to now. But then when you told me what you told me when we was talking, I was like, well, shit, we can go from the 2000s to now then. That's cool. 2000 and now is a 25-year sample run. Plenty of basketball to go through. And then it eliminates some of them players that we want to start having conversations about some of these other guys. So before we had a conversation, though, let me ask you this. When we talk about the greatest run in the finals, are we talking about only in the finals or throughout the playoffs and they made it to the finals and won?
We're talking about finals run, playoff run.
Okay.
I know my answer, I know my answer. So when I say playoff run, it's like Eli's run when he did it in football. But like the NBA playoff run is like I know. Okay, let me just go ahead and cut the shit and say what it is. Dirk got
Okay.
one of the greatest fucking playoff runs in NBA playoffs because of who
Yes.
he knocked off.
This is true. This is true.
He knocked off. Who did he knock off? Think about who Dirk knocked off that year. We know the back half was D Wade, Bosh, LeBron,
Mhm.
Spoelstra, Pat Riley.
No doubt.
So that's five Hall of Fame coaches or players or organizations.
True.
Now backtrack that. Who else did he knock off?
Who
Do
they
you
play
know
before?
that?
I don't. Hold
See
up.
what I'm saying?
Who was that? Who they play? Hmm.
That's why I asked the question. I say everybody don't hear it, don't see it that way. I'm like, do you know who Dirk knocked off that year?
Hmm. Hold up. Hold up. 2011, right? Derrick Rose won regular season MVP. Dirk won Finals MVP. They beat us. I know they beat us that year.
He knocked out Kobe with
They
Powell.
beat the Thunder.
Mm. He didn't beat the Thunder that year.
It went OKC.
Nope. He knocked
Was it
off
us?
Kobe and Powell. I'm finna name. He knocked off Kobe, Powell, Chris Bosh, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. Now the other one in there, people forget is I think it was Portland.
I swear I thought it was Oklahoma City. I gotta look this up. Hold on. Hold on.
That's why I posed the question in the check. I was like, "Do you know who Dirk knocked off that year?" I've been sitting here waiting for it. So I was like,
Let me see here. Who did Dallas beat to win the 2011 NBA championship? They went through. Holy smoke. Oh, okay. Da-da-da-da-da.
and he swept and gentlemen swept too, by the way.
Oh, yes. Let's not forget that part.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me see something. Let me word this differently. In 2011 NBA playoffs. Let's do that. So they beat the Heat. We know that one. That one was obvious. That was actually a very. I actually enjoyed watching that simply because I know bullshit. I might be on some hate shit, but I was just glad to see LeBron lose.
That's the gentleman suite.
Yeah, I was glad to see LeBron lose. Let me not front. Let's see. So we got Portland and the Mavericks. Okay, so you was right. It looks like what? Wait a minute. That doesn't look like. Yeah. Okay, so it was Portland. Portland. They beat them.
And he got the Lakers with Kobe and Powell.
4-2. Yeah, they beat us 4-0. They did beat Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City after us. They beat them 4-1. And then they played Miami. Okay.
How many Hall of Famers did he walk through, bro?
Jeez Louise. That's crazy. Because I mean, if you think
He
about it, you're talking
walked.
about Durant and Russ on Oklahoma City at that time.
He walked through legitimately. We could say 15 Hall of Famers.
LeBron, Russ, James Harden was on that team too. Damn.
Kobe,
Kobe, Pau Gasol, LeBron, D Wade, Bosh.
Bosh, Wade.
I mean,
What did he
Spoelstra
walk
and
through?
Riley, if you want to count them. But I mean, just players. We talking about 8 Hall of Famers
But
just
how
off
many
of them.
players did he walk through?
Yeah, because it wasn't like they was 7-game series. They
And
got
none
into
of them,
5 games.
and none of them were old at the time.
Yeah.
This ain't Jordan when he won his first one. This is legitimately everybody is physically able. He walked through all of them.
I feel that. Okay.
He probably got the greatest one of all time because I'm like, who you walk through to get through this shit is like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean this.
You trying to argue it, dog, and I'm like, it didn't catch me till it caught me, and I was like, wait a minute. Dirk walked through that 1 year. He walked through everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. This ain't.
I might have been one of the only people I know that saw that happening, and it was like, y'all do know Miami's gonna lose, right? Y'all do know Miami's gonna lose, right? They was like, nah, man, da 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 da. And I was like, bro.
But that was Dirk in his absolute. I got to have one, and
Absolutely.
Dirk walked through all of them.
Absolutely, hell yeah, I'll give you that one.
He walked through a super team. 2 of them.
Well,
because the Lakers with Gasol already had the chip. They just won the chip.
Absolutely, hell yeah.
And then he called Miami and was like, LeBron, Wade, boss. I'm like, wait a minute, Dirk. Like, bro, somebody said it to me, and I was like, you know what? Damn, wait a minute. Let me go back and look at this. And I'm like, damn, Dirk did walk through all you motherfuckers. The only person he didn't walk through that year was Duncan.
Yeah.
They're the only one he didn't walk through.
See, here's the thing. I mean, and I get, and honestly, I can't even disagree with you. After reviewing the facts, I can't disagree with you. But just to offer an alternative. I'm thinking 09 Kobe, maybe. 09 Kobe, maybe. And I'm only thinking 09 Kobe because it wasn't. Nobody saw that coming. No, they didn't pick us to win the championship that season. We wasn't the pick to win the championship that year.
Who was on the squad at 09 Kobe though?
09. We had Powell, obviously. We had LO, Lamar Odom. Let me see who else was on the team that year.
But you're missing no, because when the Pau Gasol, you have to remember this.
Oh shit!
When the Pau Gasol,
keep talking, I'll be right back. Keep talking.
When the Pau Gasol trade went down, dog, they thought it was unfair. You know that, I know that. But the Pau Gasol trade was the thing Kobe needed. But the shit Dirk did, I'm like, no. And also, bro, we are basketball purists. What Dirk did, Dirk was always Dirk. Everything comes from Dirk. You got Sabonis, you got Yao Ming, you got everything else. But what Dirk did that year, no, bro. I had to argue. I had to literally find an argument to be like, I can't disagree with this argument because I'm like, damn, Dirk did walk through a whole people to get there. He damn sure did.
I feel that. I do feel you. And like I said, I agree. But I just wanted to give an alternate perspective. Now, mind you, on that 09 team, we had Ron Artest, Shannon Brown, Andrew Bynum, Jordan Farmar, Derek Fisher, Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom. We had Vujicic, Luke Walton. Like those really don't matter. But I mean, we had a good roster, most definitely. But we were not the early pick to be champions that year. I mean, mind you, like you said, the Pau Gasol trade kind of changed things for us.
We knew that. I mean, the Pau Gasol trade, dog, was unfair, and they were trying to challenge the trade or whatever. But that was the circumstances of the trade. Remember how it went down? It was a kind of a circumstantial, kind of a.
Kobe was like, y'all already played me over Chris Paul. We ain't gonna do this again.
That's exactly what happened. It was like, oh, y'all got us on the Chris Paul trade because it was like, if we get Chris Paul, Lakers fans are already mad that got vetoed by David Stern, and they still were mad about that.
I mean,
and you had Marc Gasol on your fucking roster at the time.
True that. Yeah, true that. I mean, okay. The only reason I say that though is because, okay, you got that hands down, Dirk. You earned that one. That was crazy. I'm giving Kobe his flowers because I mean he averaged 32.5 points, like I think it was like 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 5-6 rebounds. They won 4-1. Of course he won MVP. But yeah, Dirk, I think you might have I think I'm gonna do some more digging. I looked up a few and I was like, like they even put Kawhi's run on the list, but I was like, dog, that run with the Raptors look a whole lot different if Kevin Durant ain't hurt. I think it looks a lot different if KD ain't hurt, and that ball don't bounce in Philly.
There's two runs I know people won't come at me with. Kawhi won, probably, and the Jordan run when he won the first one. But I'm like, yeah, you went through the Pistons, Lakers, Celtics, but they were all old.
Yeah, I think I like the one where they beat Phoenix. I think I prefer that title run from Jordan personally.
But Dirk's run, bro, that one is not. People don't even talk about it. NBA players talk about it. I'm like,
oh yeah,
and I had to go really look at it. That Dirk run was a motherfucker. And I'm like, who the fuck walked through that?
Oh shit. Yeah, I feel you. Hell yeah. So Dirk, right now you crowned with the best run to the finals.
Not even LeBron walked through that.
I want to look at something real quick before we get out of here. Right now, as things currently stand, the key MVP ladder, Joker, man. I mean, what can you say? Joker doing Joker things. Shea doing Shea things too. I mean, Luka doing Luka things. It is what it is. Like the real one's gonna rise to the occasion when it's time to hoop.
It won't look that way by the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. We also got what's that?
If you gonna see this later on, we'll see you down the line. But my guy, I think, gonna win MVP if he helped him.
Oh, I feel that absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to Cooper Flag real quick. He became the youngest player to score 40 in a game. They lost.
My boy got down, boy. Ooh, my boy got down. Cooper Flag got down for real. Keep him in that spot. Mavericks, keep him in that spot. He got down.
Do something. We'll see. I mean, granted, it was against Utah, but whatever. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And this is not me wishing bad on him just because he went to Duke. I think the boy can hoop. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see it be a little more consistent. He's doing pretty good though. I kind of like Shorty from Charlotte. I like Khan. He's a pretty good player. Derek Queen, dope. VJ Edgecombe is right outside the top 3. Pretty sure he'll if he gets his right. He's been a little off. He had a couple of rough shooting games here recently, but I feel like once he refines that stroke pause, he's gonna jump right back up in the pause. Damn, that's just crazy. I'm tripping.
Hey brother, before we go, I'm gonna hit a couple of nuggets real quick because we got to get out fig. I know you got something to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a couple of nuggets I'm gonna hit at you.
I got 4 minutes.
Yep, cool. John Cena, salute to you, sir. Enjoy retirement.
Oh wow.
Me and Soul had this conversation. It was the right decision for you to tap the Gunther. But to your retirement, sir. Me and Soul will get back to y'all on that one.
No doubt.
Anthony Joshua, I had no doubt he was gonna beat Jake Paul. So
I was gonna say that one for Monday. We're gonna get back to that one Monday though.
We're gonna get back to that one on Monday. But Anthony Joshua, I had no doubt that was gonna happen. No, it happened.
No doubt whatsoever. You know what's funny? I was listening to another podcast and they was like, "Well, man, I don't know, man. Maybe you know what I'm saying, it's for real." And da. And one of the guys that was on there, who I consider to be fairly smart, was like, "Hey, dog, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. AJ about to knock him the fuck out." And I was like,
Hey,
yep.
you made an event out of it, sir, but I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So I got my John Cena.
And Anderson Silva. Salute to
What
you,
happened?
Sir.
What happened?
Anderson Silva fought God, I feel bad. I can't remember bro's name right now. He used to be the middleweight champ, I think, in UFC. I
missed that one.
Silva fight. It was Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley, yeah. Basically a knockout. Whole first round, Anderson Silva threw 2 or 3 punches. He was just sizing him up.
Well.
Second round, fucked around, left for opening, left, boom, over.
Well, I mean, I would have took the Anderson Silva in that fight anyways, but okay, cool.
No doubt. Hell yeah. Man, let me get my ass out of here before I get myself in trouble. Man, thank y'all so much for locking in with us. Make sure you tell a friend and come back Monday night. Catch us on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook for Monday Night Live. Promise y'all, Evan Almighty will be here Monday. Oh, man. Thank you again to W. Don't forget, W.GG. Use code Panther Politics, all one word. Save 10% on your order. Dope for them, dope for y'all, and in the long run, it's going to be dope for us as well. Salute to the guys over at Panther Politics, Monster Illicit, P7. Big love to my man Dice Dilly, who stepped in as a guest co-host this past week. P7, safe travels to you, brother. We'll see you when you get back from South America, man. Until next time, on behalf of Phantom and Evan Almighty, I am Seven Da Panther. We are All Purpose Podcast, y'all. Peace.
Everything changed but the motivation. City to city, the same song on the station. Controlling the interest.